Shalom, Yasharallah. This your brother Dawudah, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ruach HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki, pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So real quick, I want to jump to this here quick little news article dealing with the oil prices, all right? Or basically the amount of oil that we have on hand, all right? So, real quick, is if you understand certain things, supply and demand. If you got a whole lot on hand, the price of it is going to go down, man. It's hard for these people to sell. And the reason why is because of the prices of the competitors are extremely low. So America can't, they can't operate. They need to have oil, I believe, around $25 a barrel for them to even open their doors and operate their facilities, all right? But if we're going to go through this here article real fast, it says U.S. crude prices record worst day ever with the storage facilities running out of space. All right, and them running out of space is because nobody's buying this American oil because it's more expensive than the competitors at the moment. U.S. oil prices crashed below $4 a barrel on Monday as the coronavirus pandemic cripples the global energy demand, sparking concerns that the storage facilities will soon be full. Now, real quick, go back because there's a this one here. This just came in. All right, matter of fact, hey, we could just go through this here article. All right, it's going in the same thing. It says U.S. oil benchmark plummets to below $3 a barrel and a new record low. All right. It says West Texas intermediate oil prices have fallen to $2.28 per barrel, reaching a new low for the U.S. benchmark as the market continues to crater amid the general economic collapse. Vanishing demands due to the coronavirus-related lockdowns and travel restrictions and a glut of supply have combined to heavily tank the U.S. benchmark fuel as prices dropped from $18.27 to below $3 on Monday, down 83% from the previous day's close. All right, and just imagine if you had any kind of store or whatnot, you had to sell your goods for a certain price just to pay your overhead and your bills and so on and so forth. And now you have so much of your product, that you can't really sell it at a certain price. It's pretty much, you'd be better off just throwing it out the window, at that point, and getting rid of it. All right. So it says as prices look poised to drop still further than record low, analysts noted it was positive for the future contracts to trade negative, all right? Which, going into these situations, man, this is basically the end-all, be-all for Babylon, man. What you're looking at is the final moments, the final closing moments for Babylon as everything comes to a grind and halt, man. All right, everything is coming to a standstill right here in Babylon, man. All right, so let's grab a couple scriptures and we'll go ahead and close out. Like I said, I didn't want to make this too long. I'm just trying to take a little quick break. All right, it says Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasures in them. And this is also important for us to be seeking the Lord early before things get real, real bad, because these are just the beginning of sorrows, all right? This is just the beginning of all these things, all right? So real quick, let me jump over to that. This is Matthew 24 and 8. All right. Let me read 24 and 8. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. All right. Now let me pair that real quick to the book of Luke 21, which is going into the same thing. This is Luke 21 and 25, and there shall be signs. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, this is Luke 21 and verse 11. Going back into what we was just reading in Matthew 24, this is the same thing in a different book. It says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, famines, pestilence, and fearful sights and signs shall there be from heaven, in which all these things are all coming to pass at the time that we're living in now. Jumping down to verse 25, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. All right, in which you already have that with a lot of different things. Let me continue on. It says, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity in the sea and the waves roaring, men's heart failing them for the fear and for looking for those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Now you have this distress of nations with perplexity, man. You have a global economic meltdown. All right. You also have this so-called coronaviruses running rampant across the globe. All right. Then you also have, this here oil war that's going on right now, whereas you basically have Saudi Arabia and Russia pretty much well, they actually said that they were going to slow down their production. All right, but nevertheless, they have their prices are very low. all right, and they're also outproducing, which, you know, for a consumer, all right, the consumer's like, I'm gonna go with the dude with the cheaper deal, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you go into a store, your local gas station you normally go to, you know, has sodas. Let's say sodas cost $5 per case, right? But you go to Walmart, and Walmart got them for $1 per case. The same Coca-Cola, right? Now, who are you gonna go and buy the Coca-Cola from, man? If you can get the same product, all right, or if not, all right, put it this way: you got the knockoff Cokes for $5 at the gas station, and you got regular Coca-Cola, all right, for $1 per case, same amount at the Walmart. You know, you're gonna wind up going for the cheaper price and a better quality, man. All right, which is gonna shut down, you know, sales for your local gas stations trying to sell this cheap soda for a lot higher price than the real deal at a lower price. All right, so this is basically what you have going on. Eventually, the gas station clerk with all of his high price items is going to lose business to the Walmart. Or, for instance, you have two gas stations across the street from each other, and one of them has the real deal sodas, the other one has the knockoff sodas. Now, the one company with the knockoff sodas, their sodas are so much higher price than you're going to go buy Coca-Cola, Sprite, and Pepsi, and so on and so forth. You're going to just go right across the street and get the other one. Eventually, months on down the road, the store with the knockoff sodas and the higher price, they're going to be forced to shut down because they're not making any sales in order to pay any of their bills, all right? So this is what you basically have going on right now, where you have a lot of these people panicking and looking out the windows. Is like, oh, shit, man. You know, America is not bouncing back, which this is all prophesied about. Let's get back to Ecclesiastes chapter 12. It says, Ecclesiastes 12:1, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil's days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasures in them. All right. So before everything gets all, right now people are barely having jobs and things like that, but before, everything comes to a grinding halt, a screeching halt, everything comes to a complete standstill. All right. You want to start seeking the Lord before those days, man. All right. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, or the clouds return after the rain, and the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble and the strong men shall bow themselves. And that's what you're seeing right now, man. These people that are heavy investors investing in the oil, and these CEOs of these oil companies and so on and so forth. This is what they're understanding and they're looking at, man. Not just in the oil sector, but also in all these other companies, man. These restaurant owners, these bar owners, and so on and so forth, man. This is that perplexity and distress of nations, man. They have so many calamities on left and right, on their left and the right hand side, that they don't really know which one to address first, man. Do we address the coronavirus? Do we address the oil prices? Do we address people not going to work? Do we address shutting down these businesses and they're not making any money, man? The unrest of the people, man. All right, which is all going to lead to what? Civil unrest or sedition among men, man. All right. It says, verse 3 again, in the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the window be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the street when the sound of the grinding is low. Salak. And then the doors being shut in the streets when the grinding is low. All right. Again, it's talking about this production of these businesses slowing down, man. And that's what you're seeing, man. It pretty much came to a grinding halt, man. All right. When the doors shall be shut in the streets and when the sound of the grinding is low. And hey, another thing, man. Look at all these businesses. The majority of these businesses are closed down, man. All right. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right. And also, hey, man, you have a lot of these how do I say, these entertainers or whatever, whatnot, trying to sell their product online, or on Instagram, or these little videos or whatever, whatnot. Because, hey, man, the majority of these, well, a lot of these musicians and these comedians and things like that, they get their money off of doing live shows over the weekend, concerts and things like that. But guess what? There's that social distancing, no mass gatherings and things like that. So what? They all depressed, and look, they can't go to their barbershops and so on and so forth to get their grooming. So, they starting to look like, how people are like, oh, y'all look like bums. Y'all should, groom yourself a little better. But this is what these celebrities are starting to look like right now, man. All right. So I'm going to go from there to the book of Jeremiah. I think it's 51:7. Yep. It says, we'll just get to the point for time's sake. Jeremiah 51:7, it says, Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And see, America was that golden city, man. America was the pinnacle of all these other nations, man. America was the one where all the other nations so-called took lead from. America was the so-called poster child of how to rule a nation, man. All right, but now it's becoming, moth-eaten, and the worms are starting to cover it, man. All right, it's becoming trodden down right now, man. All right, where you have these other nations that's able to sell their oil and make a profit, whereas America isn't. All right. You know, a lot of these jobs have come to a grinding halt where a lot of these companies here in America is about to go under. All right. America was already bankrupt, and then now they had to come up with this, what was it, $2 trillion or whatever, whatnot. And now they have more money on reserve, and they're already talking about cutting a bigger stimulus and even a third stimulus, man. All right. America, it was on life support, but now they're trying to resuscitate it right now. All right. But guess what? You know, just like Donald Trump ran for let's make America great again. All right. The Most High already prophesied about this here moment, man. All right. Verse 8, it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Hey, and that's pretty much the state that we're going in right now as far as economically and the normal day-to-day here in America, man. All right, because we know ultimately America is going to be destroyed in 1 hour, all right, in 1 day from these thermonuclear missiles. It's going to turn into a nuclear pile of ash, man. All right, but nevertheless, all the infrastructure, the morality, the economics and everything else like that is crumbling right before your eyes here in America, man. All right, most people think they're going to get back to a normal, everything's going to go back to the way it was, man, but it's not going to go back to the way it was, man. All right, this is basically America living on life support, man. This is how America ends, man. You're living in the last days of America, man, right now, man. And don't be surprised to see more and more of these so-called, quote-unquote, depressing stories of America trying to be revived and with no luck, man. All right, but, hey, the men of the Lord, we're rejoicing because this is the end of our captivity, man. All right, verse 8 again. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, all right? We would have made Babylon, or we would have made America great again, all right? It says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, all right? That means, you know, don't be trying to cleave onto this place. Don't be over here praying that, oh, God bless America. God, come on, God, we need you to come through. And no, man, you going against the Most High's will, man. All right, it says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone to his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up. Salak it. Let me read that again. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. Her judgment reaches unto heaven. She is lifted up to the skies. She is and is lifted up even to the skies. All right. So basically, you know, like the Most High said, hey man, we would have healed Babylon. All right, we would have made America great again, man. But really, your prayers and to sustaining this here country and making it come back, bounce back, is to, you know, not for your benefit, man. Really, you in an antichrist spirit. You know, the Most High is coming to destroy this place, man. Especially mainly for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American. You know, going mainly into the elect. But nevertheless, you know, this is the time that Jacob is about to get out of his captivity, man. This is the time where, you know, where we can read in 2 Ezra chapter 6, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. And this is what you're starting to see right now, man. You're starting to see the grinding cease. All right, Babylon on life support. Babylon slowly going out. They trying to resuscitate Babylon, but Babylon ain't healed, man. All right, and now you start to see more and more Jake starting to wake up to who they are. All right, more and more Jake coming back to the truth, man. All right, now the Most High slowly but surely taking the curses up off of Jacob and putting them on Esau, man. All right, so we're living in glorious times that we're in right now, man. These are beautiful times that we in, man. But what we have to keep our eye on our prize, you know what I'm saying, and enduring to the end. All right, so that we may be saved, man. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And citation and much love for you, I can pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.